Hi, everybody. I'm Father Travis Crotty, and welcome back to the Chaplain's Corner. So, we are in the third week of Advent. I hope you went to church mass this Sunday and experienced lighting the, not called pink, we make a big deal about it and call it rose colored candle. I asked some of the students a couple weeks ago, which came first, the rose candle on the Advent wreath or the rose vestments that the priest wears at mass? They got it wrong. They thought the candle. No. So the candles follow the vestments that we wear. Right? So this is a beautiful time to rejoice because the opening prayer of Mass and the second reading were all about rejoicing. But rejoicing for what? Well, rejoicing that our celebration of Christmas is coming. I thought it'd be really helpful just to talk about what we actually celebrate in Christmas. You see those bumper stickers and those lit up signs that say, Jesus is the reason for the season, which is true, which is good. And it's cute to think about Jesus in the manger and the nativity scene, and there's a lot of beautiful kind of comforting memories that we have around the Christmas season about the Nativity. But if we think about what Christmas is actually celebrating, it's celebrating the incarnation of God, which is a big, big deal. And a reason to rejoice that's deeper than just kind of the fleeting experience of the fun holiday vibes with Christmas lights and parties and gifts and everything. That stuff is all good. But what's deeper? What's the actual celebration that we prepare for in Advent is that God became man, that in the fullness of time, God who created the stars, who ordered the planets, who creates everything and holds everything in existence, becomes human. And in so doing, takes on all that it is to be human without sin. We just had the Immaculate Conception, and talking about the Immaculate Conception talks about how Mary is the new Eve, but Jesus is the new Adam. He's the new man. And as the Second Vatican Council says so beautifully, Jesus reveals what it means to be human to ourselves. The line says that Jesus reveals man to himself. But then it says that to be fully human is to make a gift of ourselves. Jesus shows us what it means to be human by becoming human, and he shows us how to make a gift of ourselves by making a gift of himself in his humanity. The God of all creation, the God who's existed before time, that God becomes human and comes into our midst and takes on our humanity to redeem our humanity, to become the new head of a humanity that looks forward to heaven. So we talk often in the church that the kingdom of God is already established, but not yet fully realized. When Jesus becomes human, takes on our flesh, takes on everything it is to be human except for sin, he redeems our humanity and he sets us on this trajectory back into communion with God that will eventually lead toward heaven. Deep thoughts, but beautiful thoughts. And that's what we celebrate at Christmas. And that's why it's such a big deal to take these awesome and these beautiful cultural traditions that have happened and to integrate them back with our faith and with worship. That is the joy that kind of bubbles over in this Christmas time. That ought to remind us of who God is. Not just as a baby in a manger, but the same baby who would eventually die on the cross, who would eventually rise from the dead. God who created everything, who holds us in existence, becomes man because he wants to be in a relationship with you and with me. That brings us so much joy. That brings us so much hope. That as the darkness of, this time of the year, as the lights twinkle in people's houses, that the light of Christ coming into our midst as human to redeem our brokenness and to give us hope, that is real reason for joy. So I hope that you can have cause for joy this week, this Christmas, this Advent season, because we all have difficulties, we all have darkness, but the light of Christ coming into our life, not just at Christmas, but in every moment of the day, that can give us true joy and hope and reason to rejoice. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Father Travis Crotty, and I'll see you soon.